Literally just kept scanning me up and down, up and down. I don't have this happen very much in Los Angeles, you guys. I don't. I have it.
Hello, friends. Today you join me at a brand new location that I've never been to. I'm really excited because they posted that they had a 75% off sale. So let's see what we can find. All right, friends, it was very difficult to film in this store. So I went to the rack where I could film the closest. This was closest to the door. And I was being watched the entire time, but we'll get into that a little later in the video. So, I didn't start filming, you guys, until I was no longer watched like I was a criminal. But anywho, you can see from the prices here, you guys, this place is very expensive. $25, free people. That was probably the most affordable piece I found on this rack. You just saw, I saw a tag for $19. Here's one for $15. Sorry, that was the most affordable item, $15. But everything else here was priced about $20 and up. This Lululemon cardigan, super soft. I thought maybe it had cashmere or something in it. Cashmere. I said that funny. Really nice. I would have bought this for myself if I needed it, but I didn't. But to resell, not so great. I do like that they have, usually they'll put the names of what you're looking at on the actual tag, which is helpful because sometimes it's hard to read the actual tags. This pure knit sweater, I was thinking of picking up, but I couldn't find any sold comps for this exact piece, which usually doesn't stop me, but I decided to pass on that one. It had a couple of snags in it. That Zara sweater, $17, no thanks. This Anthropologie cardigan was really nice. I thought it was silk. It was not. It was polyester. And then we get into some of the higher priced items. So I don't know, friends. This store is very expensive. One of the more expensive consignment stores I've been into, but I will say they have the brands. Like if you have the clientele that's willing to pay a very high price for items, they have the brands. They have Jenny Kane, they have Chico's, they have Free People, All Saints, Lululemon, and the more obscure brands that I've never even heard of that I had to look up. Here's an example of some accessories they had. Their prices were pretty high, you guys. This Tory Burch purse was priced at $99. I could probably resell this maybe $150. I do really well selling Tory Burch. I almost always pick it up, but at $99, I decided to pass on this one.
Friends, that was absolute chaos. I didn't get a ton of footage in there because it was just chaotic. I guess it's like that when they have a sale. I heard someone come in and she was like, are you guys having a sale? Because it's not usually this busy. But I was not even planning on coming here, you guys. I ended up spending $151, and it says I saved $266. And I got a free gift. So their sale, friends, was so confusing that even the employees were like trying to explain it to us. And it was myself and a couple customers. We went and asked, like, so what's the sale? And she's like, it's so confusing. She's like, yeah, my manager said it's like 75% off the clearance, but then the luxe stuff, I don't know. And then like pink, purple, and white is also on sale. And I was like, what? It was like 3 different colors are on sale. I'll write it down. Anyway, she was really nice though. And then someone was like, do you want me to hold your stuff until you're ready to try it on? And I was gonna be like, girl, I'm not trying this on. But I was like, sure, because I had a lot in my hands. And then I took my stuff and I went to pay, and then some other girl came up and was like, oh, you took someone else's stuff. I'm like, no, we didn't. That's my stuff. Your friend said she would hold it for me. Then, I mean, I don't think I look particularly bummy, okay? Nobody in there is like dressed up, but I'm like 99% sure I was being profiled because I came in, I did not film when I came in. I filmed the outside, you guys saw that, but then when I came in, one of the girls behind the counter was like watching me. Like, I don't know if she thought I was gonna dash. You know, people do that. So stupid. They like grab stuff and then run out. Because I was looking at stuff really close to the front of the door, and she literally just kept scanning me up and down, up and down. I don't have this happen very much in Los Angeles, you guys. I don't. I have it happen when I go to more like rural, less diverse places. But here where I live, it doesn't happen to me very often. So when it does happen, I like I notice it because I'm like, seriously, girl, I'm not. Like, do I look that bad? I don't know. Don't judge a book by its cover. That's all I'm saying. And I will say, you guys know I don't bring up race a lot on this channel, but I deal with things where I'm profiled. You guys know I travel a lot for work, and so I go to these places where I'm off. Of course, when I am filming, mom calls. I'll call you back. My oldies but my goldies know the running joke here is that when I start filming, either my husband or my mother calls me. It's like they know. I don't talk about that often, but it's just annoying when you are very visibly being profiled. She's not looking at anyone else. I was the only person of color in this entire store, and she was just like zoning in on me until I started picking things up and she saw I was shopping. Like she stared at me like that for a good 15 minutes, to the point where I was like, I just want to leave. This is uncomfortable. But then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I started hearing people talk about the sale because I didn't even know the sale was going on. And I was like, nope, I'm not going to let her profiling me run me out of this opportunity. So I ended up getting a lot of stuff, you guys. I don't know. I usually leave that stuff out. I never put that stuff in the videos. Like when I was thrifting in Wyoming, if you guys didn't know, I've taken you, we have a lot of new subscribers. Hello, friends. I have taken you guys around the country on this channel. I've taken you to Minnesota, Wyoming, Colorado. I've taken you thrifting on the East Coast where I was born, in DC and Maryland. So there's a lot of videos if you like just to see what the thrifting is like in other parts of the country. But this did happen in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Was it Wyoming? I'm getting my places confused. Or was it South Dakota? I think it was South Dakota. Wyoming was fine, actually. It was South Dakota. Sorry, Wyoming friends. It was South Dakota and Utah. You guys know, I filmed like 5 videos in Utah. I love you if you are nice and normal in Utah, but there is like 0 diversity in Utah. And as a black woman with children that are half white, half black, it was like we were stared at, like we were some type of, we were an exhibit, like it was something they'd never seen before. It was so strange, you guys. So I promise we're not going to talk about that stuff a lot on this channel. This is supposed to be an escape where we talk about making money, selling things, but I had to bring it up because it was so blatant in this store that I don't know that I'll come back unless they have a sale.
Alrighty, friends, let's do a haul. I do like their bags. Their bags are very nice. 2 bags here. The pricing, I'm sure I mentioned it, you guys, was very confusing. So I was looking at my receipt. Everything looked good, except it said there was something I paid $20 for, which we'll find out what that was. It should have been on sale. Oh, maybe it's this thing. All right, let me just show you what I got, because I was not able to show you almost anything in the store because it was so insanely busy in there. And I really tried my best, you guys, not to film people. So this is a Sanctuary top. This is a size small. They originally had this priced at $14.99, but I got 75% off. So I did understand when I talked to the cashier that anything that had a 50% off tag means that it was clearance, and on that day it was 75% off. That I understood. But then there were certain things in the store, if this part of the tag was like pink, purple, or red, that was also on sale. But even the cashier was like kind of confused on what discount you get. It was very confusing, you guys. And I also did learn that this store is like a traditional consignment store. And when I say traditional, I mean you can go in there, give them your items. They said, I took a picture of it. If I can find it in my gallery of 20, I have 20,000 photos on my phone. I'll put it on the screen, but I think it said it takes them 7 days to price your items, and then you get paid out as the items sell. They have a sale. My oldies but my goldies know that is the one word when I say it, I sound so Southern. And I don't know what kind of Southern it is, but I always say sale, like real drawn out. I was going to do an Office reference, but some of you are like, you are such an Office nerd. What is wrong with you? Anyways, they pay you out as your item actually sells. So I've never done a consignment situation like that. The type of consignment stores I've always sold to are like probably what you guys are most familiar with, Crossroads, Buffalo Exchange, where they'll either give you store credit on the spot, or they'll give you cash. But this one is a true, you get paid out once your item sells. And it makes sense because a lot of their stuff is so highly priced, and I think the people like if I were to take this shirt in there, I think they allow you some wiggle room in pricing. Like if they price it at 20 and you're like, I think it should be priced at 30, I think they try to work with you, kind of like ThredUp. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I used to love selling Sanctuary like 10 years ago. It was very expensive. This was before you could find it occasionally at like TJ Maxx. Sanctuary is still very expensive retail, but the resale value is all over the place. But I picked this up because I would wear this. This is a great little work top for myself. So if I don't sell this, and I do okay actually still selling Sanctuary in my live sales. So if I don't sell this in a live sale, I will keep it because it's my size. Picked up this, what is this? Also, I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys in the video already. They kept putting stuff in my pile that was not mine. Like, I don't remember picking up this dress or this romper. And I think this is one of the items I paid $20 for. And I know everything I got was clearance. So when she was checking me out, I was too busy like reading all their signs. I should have been paying attention. She had like 5 things towards the end, and I was like, that's not mine. Those aren't mine. She's like, oh. I was like, yeah, those 5 things, those aren't mine. She was like, oh, okay, sorry. And so I thought I had caught her, but now that I'm looking, I don't think I caught her. This doesn't even have a brand, you guys. I'm pretty sure this is what I paid $20 for. It just says vintage. Oh my gosh. Well, we'll figure it out. It's a really cute romper. It's 100% cotton. I really like the print. Yeah, dang it. Those girls. And also the manager was training the cashiers. I really should have paid attention. So many lessons in this video, you guys. Especially when people are new. I usually know to watch them. This happened just at Goodwill the other day. It was $2 day at my Goodwill, and the guy was new. And I had 50 items. He rung up 10 things that were supposed to be $2. He rung them up as normal price because they actually have to push a button to make that color, because it was like color blue. So he had to push a button to say, oh, this is not $99, it's $2. And I didn't catch it until I left the store, but good thing I caught it because it ended up saving me so much money. So lesson learned, friends. If you know someone's new, like if you see they're being trained or something, definitely watch them, because I did not want that. I'll sell it. It's vintage, but it has no brand. And I've told a lot of you know, I don't pick up a lot of vintage because a lot of you guys have told me that selling vintage is really about style, not so much brand name. I mean, brand name matters, but it's about the style. So I'll try to sell that. This is a House of CB dress. This one they had priced at $75, you guys, and I got it 75% off. This one is new without the tags. If you didn't know, House of CB puts this ribbon all around their dresses so that if you want to return it, it has to have this attached. So this is new without the tags. This is size extra large. I source House of CB all the ways, you guys. It's one of my top selling brands. I wish this was my size. I love this dress. It's an extra large. It's one of my top selling brands on Poshmark. I source it retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, thrifting. I love finding this brand. So at 75% off, that was a great deal. I'm so mad. I think because I had more stuff than this, you guys. I think she like switched my pile with someone else's because I don't see a couple of things that I know I bought. So they also have amazing home goods at this place. And this is a Le Creuset mug, and it is my favorite color, and I got this for $5. And I did check because this was towards the end. I was like, let me make sure she actually rings this up as $5. And it's in perfect condition. I'm trying to build my Le Creuset collection. I don't necessarily care if all the colors match. The first one I have is like the not burnt orange. It's like a reddish orange color. My best friend got me that like 6 years ago. It's a cast iron pan. I love that thing. I use it all the time. And now I have my purple mug. And it's in really good condition, like no chips or anything. So I will be keeping that. Next, we have, this is Roberta Roller Rabbit, definitely a bolo, you guys. And this one they had priced at $14.99, but again, I got 75% off of $14.99. Really nice print, my favorite color. I don't find that brand often. So let me be very real. I probably already talked about this, but even though this was not the most comfortable shopping experience, I'm not gonna lie, their sale made it worth it. The manager making me uncomfortable, it was super crowded, like we were bumping into each other, cashiers ringing up things that aren't even mine. The deals were really good. Now, I don't know if sourcing there is worth it if they don't have a sale, but definitely for the sale, it was worth it. Lululemon, this is a Swiftly, right? I'm not a Lulu expert. Oh no, this is the thing that was $20. Dang it. So this was in the clearance section, but when she told me if it doesn't have the sticker, then it's not on sale, I should have grabbed this. I should have told her that this was in the clearance section, and then she would have said, well, if it doesn't have the sticker, it's not on sale, and I would have put it back. Or, yeah. This is my bad. This is not her fault. I should have paid attention. So remember I was saying something was $20. So not only did I pay full price for this Lululemon top, $20, which is not bad if you're keeping it for yourself. I usually sell these for about, I do pretty well selling these, 25 to 35 on the high end. So I might just keep it because it's my size. So not only did I pay full price for something, but she also rung me up for something I didn't even want. Whatever. Now I know. Lesson learned, especially at that store. I don't pick up a lot of Zara, you guys, unless it's like a blogger favorite unique piece. And apparently this piece sold out very quickly. I think it was part of a set. I couldn't find the skirt. They had this priced at 15 bucks, but remember, I got 75% off. And this looks brand new without the tags. I'm probably going to sell this in a live sell. I will look up if it's worth listing. This one is new with the tags. This was a new to me brand. It's called, no, this is not a new to me brand. Jules Knitwear. Where is this sold? I've sold this brand before. So this retailed for 70 euros, which is what? How's the exchange rate right now? I don't know. This is a size 4, and this was $25 with, again, 75% off. I thought this was a perfect little summer tunic dress situation. It's got the elbow patches, and you guys know I find it very hard to leave anything behind that's new with the tags. Urban Outfitters. This one retailed for $65. This was not on sale, but they had it priced at only $7, you guys. So I definitely picked this up. I feel like this will probably be a Poshmark sale. It's a very fun yellow and pink romper, and it's very flowy. Like perfect with the drawstrings, perfect with like a little t-shirt, perfect for spring and summer. Splendid. Is this Splendid? What is this? Yeah, oh no, sorry. Sundown by Splendid, which is, I've never heard of that line from Splendid. This is, some of you might think this is so silly, but anytime I see anything purple, you guys, anywhere, I have to check it out. And once I saw this was new with the tags, this one is a size small, and it comes with a little scrunchie, and it says Sundown stands by 3 measures of sustainability to reduce water use, energy, and fabric waste. Learn more at sundownbysplendid.com. Each garment is unique. Color may rub off onto skin and other fabrics. So this is new with the tags. They had this priced at $20, and I got 75% off. So that, I think, will definitely be a live sale item. I've been selling a ton of dresses, which makes sense in my live sales because, you know, we're entering spring and summer and people want dresses. Here's another Zara piece I couldn't pass up. 18 bucks. I got 75% off. This is a size medium. This is new without the tags. The only reason I know this is new without the tags is because the manager was standing there after the cashier messed up. And she was like, oh, we just got this one in. It's new without the tags. And I was like, oh, great. And look at this. It's adorable. It's like it's not silk, but it feels like that silky material. And it's black and green floral print. And it has this nice belt that's really stretchy that also has the floral print on it. I'm trying not to keep this stuff, but We'll see. I'm going to sell this. I do pretty well selling Zara in my live sales. I'm going to try to sell that in a live sale. If it doesn't sell, I will keep that for sure. I love sourcing Zara thrifted and wearing it for myself. Zara is so expensive, you guys. We have a very big Zara store in Century City Mall, a mall here, very big mall. It's a huge Zara, huge, and it is so expensive. And I'm like, I'm not paying. I consider Zara fast fashion. Do you guys? I consider them fast fashion. I'm not paying $180 for a fast fashion suit. I'm not doing it, especially because they have a ton of warehouses here. So I find it, Zara is one of the brands in Los Angeles. I find it every single time I go thrifting, hands down. Every single time, Zara is a brand I find thrifting. Is there a brand like that for you guys where you live? Like every single time you go out. One time I asked this question and one of the girls was like, well, I live in North Dakota and every single time I find St. John's Bay. She's like, so can you shut up about finding Zara and Free People every time you go thrifting? Because I don't. But it made me laugh. Zara, Free People, not every time. Zara, Theory are the two that come to top of mind. Express, Guess, every single time, no matter if I'm going to a mom and pop thrift store or a huge consignment store, I find it. So anyways, Free People, and this is a newer Free People tag. What do you call this? It's like a jacket, coat, cardigan, dress. It has an elastic waistband, kind of like an animal print. They had this priced at $40, but it was 75% off. It's really stretchy. And then the manager said this one is also new without the tags. It has pockets. So I am probably going to list this. That was a good find. Next we have another House of CB dress. They had this listed at $60, but remember, I got 75% off and I love this. Some of you might hate it. I don't know if you could see all of the layers of, like, it looks like a giant green cupcake to me. It's a size medium. So I'm excited to get that listed. I don't see like 5 things I bought. So I think she just switched my last pile with someone else's. Oh, boy. This is a new with the tags, Michael Stars top. This one retailed for $74. They had it priced at $20 with 75% off. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a dress. Michael Stars can be kind of pricey. Michael Stars is another one that I should look into picking up more, because I don't find it all the time, but when I do, it usually is a good seller for me, either if I list it or live sales. Well, obviously, but it's a good seller for me also when I sell to some of my thrift stores. If you don't know, I sell directly to a couple of thrift stores. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it down below. If I forget, please just remind me in the comments, you guys. I'm human. Sometimes I'll say I'll link all this stuff down below, and then I forget. But and then this is a brand called Luca. This is definitely a brand to know. Lucca. Size medium. They had this priced at $40, but again, I got 75% off. A beautiful white maxi dress, and they're not embroidered flowers, are they? They seem like they're like cross stitched or something. I don't know, but they're raised flowers all the way down, and then the dress is maxi length and it's partially lined to like mid thigh. This is in perfect condition too. I had a bunch more Free People, you guys, and I think she gave it to the person behind me. That is totally my bad. I really should have paid attention. So, lesson learned. Watch the new people. Watch everyone, honestly. I try not to like just stand there like a weirdo and watch people while they're checking you out. But you guys, you want to make sure you're getting your money's worth and you're getting what you actually want. Especially because we're reselling these items. You want to make sure you're not overpaying for stuff. So that is totally my bad. I'm missing like 5 awesome I found some Free People, Aloe, and Lululemon stuff that I guess she must have just given to the person behind me. And they were literally like $5 each. Oh. So even though there was a bunch of chaos at that store, I probably will go back there. probably shouldn't have told you guys the exact store I was at. I try not to. You guys know. I always tell you I am very real with you on this channel. I don't want to tell you guys like where I frequent because one, it's just doesn't make smart business sense for me, but two, I share so much with you guys. I don't need to share everything. I don't need to be sharing with you where I source exactly. Like, it doesn't creep me out, but sometimes some of you a lot of you live in California, Los Angeles, you recognize where I'm at. I'm like, oh man, I hope they don't find my like true honey holes, you guys, I don't film at. That just doesn't make smart business sense to me. I share enough with you guys. I don't need to tell you everywhere I source, but yeah, I mean, I've already shown you, so I'll leave it in. I probably won't go back. I won't go back to this place very often. For me personally, it's only worth it to source there if they're my allergies. I need my water. If they're having a really good sale, they're just so expensive, you guys. I don't even know that I can source there for like my own personal clothing. I like a lot of the stuff they have, but it's really pricey. I will say, I think I should sell there. Like, I'm going to take them a bag of some of my higher end stuff and just see how it sells. I think they said they give you a window of 60 or 90 days for your stuff to sell. And if it doesn't sell, then you have to pick it up. And I did hear one of the workers say that they get 200 items every day. I was like, geez, that's crazy. Because, I mean, it makes sense. Because if your stuff doesn't sell, they give it back to you. So that's how they keep the rotation going. But I think I will sell there and see how that goes. Maybe I'll do a video on that. But as far as sourcing there, that's the only reason I'm telling you guys exactly where I was. As far as sourcing there, I don't know about that. But all right, friends.